just placing his down. It looks like the observer just found that. And obviously just building up pylons, going ahead and preparing. Wise to put his pylon in the rear of his base. It looks like he gets a little bit more scouting information with that pylon. It's always good as a Protoss player to put your pylon spread throughout your base, not only to give you the opportunity to build wherever you like, but also to scout. And it looks like an observatory is going down for any time. Always key to go ahead and get that down. Both have robotics facilities down as well. It looks like Sangho is also going for his observatory, so recognizing the importance of scouting in this matchup, it's very key that both we're going to have observers out on the field and aware. Very good at seals, it looks like, have been placed, and it looks like anytime he's going for gas earlier on his expansion, going for an additional gateway as well. More than likely, I expect to see a mix of units. I would not be surprised to see Zealots and Dragoons in this matchup, as well as I'm guessing and Citadel of Adun. So also some Templar tech is going to be coming, and Citadel of Adun for Sangho as well. So yes, here we go, mirror matchup. It looks like this is going to be literally the exact same thing. More than likely, these guys are not going to go for Templars. I would be pretty surprised if they did that. So more than likely, we're looking at a combination of all the ground units that Protoss have available. So you're going to be looking at minus Reavers, excuse me. I have a feeling they're going to be going for a Zealot, Dragoon, Archon mix, which is extremely powerful. But what you might want to watch out for, if it does come down to this, is a situation where you have initial engagement of units, and if whoever comes out victorious in that initial engagement is more than likely going to win the game. And the reason I say that is because the person that does go ahead and win that initial engagement is going to have the advantage in Archons or in Templars. And once you take that advantage, you can usually push without your opponent having the time necessary to not only produce additional Templars, but also to actually get them to merge into those Archon balls. It does obviously take time for that to happen. So the Archons are actually far superior to Templars by themselves, even if they have Storm. If the Storm is usually not going to be significant enough to take down a plentiful number of Archons, especially with decent micro. So it looks like Forge going down now for any time. So he does intend to concentrate, or at least focus on some his ground units and get some upgrades, which is also very important, obviously, in a mirror matchup. Observer goes down in Anytime's base, trying to mask slightly what he's doing. It's at this point, I'm pretty confident that both players know exactly what each other are going for. Neither has opted to deviate from their build. It looks like more gateways going down for Sangho, so both of these players are obviously going to be focusing on their ground units. No Stargate down or anything along those lines. Nobody is put down a robotics facility, and they do have scouts in each other's bases, or have put down scouts in each other's bases, so obviously no Reaver tech is going to be coming. And the more than likely, the other thing about playing on destination, you'll note, is that these two, the base that Sangho, it looks like, is going to be expanding to next, is very easy to seal off. If you as a Protoss player, you can throw down some pylons, and it makes it very difficult to access that expansion. And there's the Archon, not entirely surprising at all. It looks like Archons are forming also in Anytime's base. So you're definitely looking at a situation where these players are going to be going for literally the exact same build, and very similar troop count, most likely. Both of these guys are going to have optimized builds, so you're going to be looking at, and there's the Forge also for Sangho. It looks like he's probably going to get his upgrade slightly later than Anytime will, and Anytime is also choosing to at least throw down his pylon over there. He hasn't taken the expansion, which Sangho has, so that whereas Sangho has already gone through the expansion, it looks like Anytime has not, and Sangho is confident enough that he's going to start pushing out on the map. Sangho could have the advantage here if he does get that Nexus up and running, and it's going to certainly assist him in getting out those units slightly faster. It looks like Anytime has gotten his units all lined up. He is also looking to push out on the map here. And Observer being scouted or used, and the first person view, not particularly impressive there. Looks like Anytime primarily macroing up, putting it on another gateway. Primarily just building up his troop count so that he can engage here soon. More Zealots being pumped out. Zealot speed is finished for both players. so no real advantage there. And it looks like they have found each other. They do the two forces are going to collide here. So it looks like there's a similar number of Archons. It looks like there's 3 Archons on both sides. A little bit slightly superior force on the ground for any time. And here's the engagement. Nice micro. He's pulling back. He's got to have those Zealots come out in front. The Dragoons are very, very crappy to have in front. You got to have them in the back, and that's what it looks like. Both players have managed to do that. The Archons are staying alive, it looks like. It's hard to tell who's going to come out on top of this. Actually, both players are microing extremely well. And it looks like the Zealots are still staying alive for any time. He has more Zealots on the field, and that's a big deal. And it looks like that is going to help out tremendously in this setup. His Zealots are still pushing forward, whereas Sangho lost his Zealots relatively early on in the encounter. And here's what I'm talking about. The Templars are out, and they're merging into an Archon, but that gets sniped by those Dragoons. And even though Anytime might not be able to push completely here, it looks like he has managed to deal quite a bit of damage and is going to be retreating with some Zealots and some Dragoons in tow. And it looks like he has decided to expand at this time, feels safe enough to do so at this time. And Sangho is more than likely going to kind of spot this with his observers on this field. And that's going to be a point of interest, I feel. I feel as though that's going to be something that Sangho needs to go after. Forge is going, so it looks like there's going to be some upgrades to those units in the field. It looks like Anytime already has +2. It looks like it just got upgraded, or no, excuse me, +1 with no upgrades in attack for Sangho yet, which is very crucial. Dragoons having that additional range attack is going to be very, very important. And observers are still in the field accompanying these units, so it looks like, and wisely, Anytime is moving all of his units over to protect that expansion. Extremely intelligent move there. It looks like, from his troop positioning, that Sangho is definitely aware of that expansion and would like to do some damage to it. Those bridges present a very solid opportunity, though, for Anytime to defend. And it looks like heavy macroing going on right now from Sangho. He threw down quite a few Zealots and just going out to reinforce. So another engagement is inevitable here, and it looks like the biggest problem I'm seeing is that Anytime is rolling with some Archons, and I do not see the same from... But did Anytime get caught out of position? It looks like he has been, but he is coming from the back, and it looks like we're going to have another engagement here. Those Zealots are going to be... It looks like he has a superior Zealot force on the ground, or just a superior force in general. Nice storms from Sangho. Very nice storms, but here's the issue. He doesn't have any Archons, and that is going to be a big deal. Those Archons are superior, in my opinion, offensively. And I think they do counter those High Templar. They can eat that Psy Storm and still keep rolling and do all that splash damage. And I think that that's really going to be the issue. And here comes Anytime with another expansion. So I think that Anytime really has the advantage in this game. And he's going to press in right here with those Archons. And here comes the High Templars. You're probably going to see some more storms, but I don't think it's going to matter. He doesn't have enough to really... Oh, nice storms again, but really he's not taking down enough units. Those Archons are rolling through his forces, and here we go. The economic advantage is pretty much evident at this point. He's got the econ rolling for him as well as the army. He has the Archons. He's going to storm into his base, and I don't see Sangho having anything for this. I think that this is pretty much GG. You've got Dragoons getting rolled by Zealots and Archons. He is retreating all the way back into his base. All kinds of damage being done in the base. And there's GG. That game was definitely over. Very nice play from Anytime. Very, very sound defeat of Sangho, and Sangho not feeling it today, wiping his eyes like he was waking up from a bad dream, which is essentially what that is when your Archons are out there getting rolled. And here we go. Let me prep for the salute. Yes, sir, you are a badass. Thank you for giving us that awesome game. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I will see you again soon.